Hey everybody, it's Dan from the Outdoor Trade Show Network. It's Wednesday night. What's the date today, guys? The 22nd of April of 2020. And it's time for outdoor news and We Care You Matter and all the other goodies. The first thing we've got to do is let's check in on everybody, make sure everybody's all right. We don't want anybody sick. We want people staying away from this virus that's going around. Then if anybody's got a solution for what we're going to do down the road, we'll talk about that a little bit tonight. But I want to introduce Aaron and Paul Williams, which is Coot Lures. And from there, guys, why don't you take it away? You guys are a whole lot better at this than I am. So go ahead and introduce yourselves and talk. Let's talk about Coots Lures.
I'll introduce myself first because everybody kind of knows this guy already. I'm Aaron Williams, or AKA Coot Jr. That's old Coot. I do a lot of my father's social media, so I'm kind of the guy behind the scenes, and he gets to catch all the fish.
Last week I let him catch one big one. That's all. But
6.5 pounds, pretty good sized walleye up in Green Bay.
Yeah, you guys have been doing.
Yeah, thanks again, Dan, for having us on. It's been probably a year since we did our last one.
I think so, somewhere like that, something like that.
Yeah. So the newest product I got out is the Magnet Go. This is a magnet system that goes on your landing net, and there's the package. What it looks like. So actually, this is a universal landing net system that'll go on any landing net you've got out there. And what it does, it actually holds your net in place until you get that fish in the net. So once the fish is in the net, the magnets release, and then you got the fish. And it's really kind of nice because when it holds your net in one place, I just watched the head-to-head fishing last week up in De Pere. And one of the guys that actually won it, Scott Allen, he got his net all tangled up into the poles and all that. And after he won the tournament, I gave him some magnet goes, and he sure likes them now. He said, "I wish I would have had that for the tournament." So,
Oh, he was bragging you up like crazy. That's all I kept. He was talking about.
Yes, I've known Scott Allen for quite a while. He actually likes running my rattling wasp. Now he's got my trolling rods, which I'm totally sold out of right now. But we were supposed to get those first week in May, so I can't wait to get those. We got 400 of them. There's 8-foot and 8'6" telescoping rods. The 8-footer collapses down to 6'10", and the 8'6" collapses down to 7'2". The other thing is the Firefly.
No, those are nice rods.
Yes, everybody likes all the little features I did for them. But the next one is the Firefly. This is for your planer board lights. And I've been doing this one for 4 years. And I had to come up with a better solution for planer boards trolling at night. So the Firefly is actually a piece of plastic, and it floats, which is nice because if you drop it in the water, you can see it. So here's the battery and the dome. It's in backwards right now for off. And when you plug it in, there you go. There's the green one, you get an orange one for port and starboard. So like I said, if you drop this thing in the water, you're going to see it real nice. And what's nice about it, if you step on it, you're not going to break it. Like one of the planer board lights that you used to use years ago, actually stepped on and broke. So that was $20 out the window. So I had to come up with a better solution like this.
Yeah, we used it last week or 2 weekends ago. I mean, it's really visible to see at nighttime.
Well, the old lights that they used to have were really, I mean, you had to be really careful with them. It didn't take hardly anything to break them. If you threw them in a box or you dropped them in the boat, they broke. You know,
right? Yeah, a lot of guys kind of hem and haw about the price of them, but with my lights, I have over 200 hours on the batteries, which is pretty phenomenal. I actually have guys using for ice fishing now, so when they fish at night, ice fishing, they use those. A lot of people say, well, I just use one of those greeny weenie sticks where you snap and shake the thing. Well, I said, okay, it's good for one night, but then what happens? Now you got to throw it in the garbage. It goes in your landfill. How much chemicals do you want in your landfill? I thought.
Right.
So,
right.
But we also have replacement bulb and battery that can replace sort of Firefly after a couple of years. So
Hey, Dan, I have the Facebook Live. I can see the chat going. Big shout out to Leon Russell. He actually helped design these T-shirts and has been helping us out a lot with our Coots Lures.
Yeah,
Thanks,
you were
Leon.
talking about Leon earlier. You were talking about he's got a bunch of stuff rolling here. Yeah.
He's the ice fishing king of the high school realm.
Appleton North High School fishing team. I actually got to help coach this year with him. We had a great time with the kids. Hopefully they learned some stuff from us. So I give a big shout out to Leon because 2 years ago he wanted to start tournament fishing. So I said, well, just follow me and just do what we do and see how it happens.
Yeah.
Well, the guy has beaten me 5 out of 6 times in tournaments. So he must have a horseshoe up, you know what?
Yeah.
Because I
And
don't.
he put on there also they fit on all boards, and they do. Your lights fit on all planar boards. That's the nice
Yes.
part.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Yes.
Universal, so they work
Yeah.
great.
Leon's looking after you, Coot. Leon's
Yeah,
looking.
I
He's
know he
looking
is.
after you.
He's got my 6.
So what else are we gonna talk about, guys? We got the Magnet Go. The Magnet Go is a great thing. And that way we'll tell everybody go to cootslures.com, the Magnet Go. And then when do we get to well, we had some other stuff we were gonna talk about, but the head-to-head fishing, I haven't had a chance to talk about, and those guys that do that are right there in town with you. So do you want to show the Magnet Go, Aaron? And then the head-to-head fishing, I can't say enough good stuff about head-to-head fishing.
So this has actually saved us a bunch of times in tournaments because of the landing net being secured with the magnet right here. And the fish just pulls it straight up, and then it's easy to reconnect. I didn't really understand the concept when he first designed it until we caught a big walleye, and I said, wow, that works really good. And he just kind of sat back like, you're right. That's
Yeah.
why I invented it.
But
So,
Aaron, also do me a favor and show on there that if the magnet is magnet full, it's tight. And if you want it a little bit lighter or weaker, you move the magnet off to the side and it makes it a little lighter. So you can change or no? Am I
No,
wrong?
no, no. This one's only a straight 4 pound pull. My
Oh, okay.
prototypes.
Because I
That
know
was.
the one, yeah.
Keep it here. Keep it here. Yeah. See, that was my prototype where, and we downsized it to make it more efficient and all that. So what's really nice about the Magnetgo, it's universal. This is Velcro, so it's going to fit on any landing net out there. And when you put one on, you got to make sure this D-ring is towards the shaft. Okay, so when the D-ring comes forward, it actually cinches the Velcro onto your landing net a lot better then this is just a carabiner. Just hook up the plastic net to it. Some guys might want to put their net real tight like this so you can spear it into the water quicker. But I'm telling everybody, just have a little basket like this for little fish. It works perfect till you get that big one in there. It'll fit in there. Last year, one of my buddies had the biggest walleye in Walleye Weekend down in Fond du Lac last year, and he won a 9.9 kicker motor. He says, if it wasn't for the Magnetgo, I would have never got that fish. So kudos out to Justin.
Justin Holtz and his father.
Yep.
Well, here we've all had net disasters. Everybody that's been fishing and done it for a while, we all have stories about the bad net experiences. So yes,
Tell him about Scott Allen last weekend.
Oh, I did. Well, when Scott was trying to net a fish, his net got caught into the poles, and then he had another net in the boat, so he actually grabbed that net to net the fish. But,
On championship day too.
right.
So
Yeah.
it's a big day.
We were up there watching these guys fish. It was just a riot for us.
it
Yeah,
is.
right up.
So do you want to talk about head-to-head fishing a little bit? Because I'll let you guys talk. It really is good. It's you can watch
Yeah.
it live on YouTube and Facebook. I'll let you guys talk about it. It's really
Yeah.
good.
The head-to-head was Brian and James Keller idea last year, and they started out with bass. And I guess the conditions were pretty bad last year for the guys who were fishing bass tournaments, but it started catching on. So this year they introduced the walleye segment, and they headed up in De Pere, the first one. Jeff Nectarline, he won it. And then they had a second one up there. And the third one was going to be in Marinette, Wisconsin. Well, they got shut down, so they came back down to De Pere, and that's where Scott Allen won it. but it's really a cool format. I'm actually going to fish the June 1st through the 5th head to head down in Bagel. And they start out with 16 boats, and you only fish against one guy per day. So if I fish 4 days, you can actually win $5,000. It costs $500 to get in it. But what's really cool about this platform is I can actually talk about all my products while I'm fishing. If I
Yes,
catch fish on my products, oh wow, that's just a big plus that my stuff does work.
it
So,
does.
and
I
and
think from the flip side too, from me being on the other side of things at work, I can tune in and watch all day for 5 hours what he's doing, and I know how he's doing versus his competitors. And I can learn things from his competitors too, like what they're doing, the different techniques. So from an education standpoint, it's huge.
So does that mean that you're gonna text your dad what the other guys are doing while it's
Well,
going on?
they don't, so they get the choice. The angler gets the choice if they want to be filled in on like updates or anything like that. So some of the anglers will choose to do so, some don't.
Okay. It's
so what
fun.
I
Here,
what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to Jim and Brian Keller when I do fish. I'm going to ask them if people have questions directly towards me and my stuff or something like that. Please tell the cameraman, and I will try to answer as I'm fishing out there. That's what I want to do. I want to help people catch fish with my stuff.
oh, that'd be nice. That'd be
Yeah.
nice. I got a question. You gonna be using any of the rattling wasps?
Well, I hope so. I got some brand new paint jobs coming and all that. So when you go and design a lure, you might as well name a lure after yourself. That's mine. That's called the Coot Crippler. It looks like a little baby sheephead, but boy, do I catch the walleyes on
Go
that
the
thing.
other. Yeah, yeah. No,
So,
they work. They work.
oh,
You gave me a couple 2 3 years ago when they first came out, and I think I got one left, and then I bought a couple. Not this year, but last year. They work. They work nice. They work
yeah.
real nice.
So, here you go, put 'em up. So that one's after my wife. That's the kitty cat. These are size 5, and I have size 4s.
Okay.
And I had to name one for my daughter. That one's the Pearl. That one sells a lot for because the guys paint over it, and the same with the Terminator, which is all chrome. They like painting that. And here's Aaron's. This is called the Diesel. It
Okay.
used to be the diabetic Diesel. So if I die, my kids and my wife have a lure named after them.
Now, the best place to find them is it at Vexen.com or is it at Coots Lures?
Well, you can go to Vexen.com. He has the majority of all the lures there. I do have some at my house in case some local guys would like to buy some. But if you go to Vexen.com, he's got great photos of all 24 colors, two sizes, number 5s and number 4s. And also with
Okay.
the Vexen lures, you go to the Precision Trolling Data app, which Cabayas and Gary Parsons have out there. And you look under Vexen, it'll actually show you the depths of those lures when you're trolling also.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you showed me.
TRS also has them.
Yeah, TRS has got all of my lures.
Oh, okay. So they got them at the real shot, the real
Yeah,
shot in Oshkosh.
pretty much the Real Shot has all my products. They got the Magnet Go there, they got the trolling rods there, they got the Fireflies, they got the Rattling Wasps. So it's a one-stop shop on the internet if you need to do something.
Okay. Wow. Nice. And they do a good job there. God, that's a nice place. I didn't get a chance to stop in there today. I wish I'd had time to stop in there today. And the other one, like I was telling you guys, I called you this morning. I was in Oshkosh this morning because I was at uh D Boss Firearms on Main Street, and I'm going to end up coming. I'm going to spend a lot of time in Oshkosh this year because they're going to start selling guns on with their own TV channel on our TV network. So they want to get your stuff in their store. So they wanted to talk to you about getting what they got in their store. But I'm gonna be up there. We're gonna sell guns from D Boss Firearms on TV from right out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Well, if you got a late night, you got a room to stay at my place.
Hey, how about that boathouse? You were fixing on the boathouse today. I'll stay at the boathouse.
No, you don't want to stay in that one. uh,
Oh Lordy, what else do we got to cover, guys? What else we got to do here?
well, I need to give a shout out to Ken and Nate Grawl of HT Enterprises. I've been on their pro staff for probably about 15 years. I got a lot more involved now. I do 5 shows a year for them.
Okay.
Uh, Thank goodness they are doing my fireflies for me. They do the Magnetco for me. They do the trolling rod for me. I got guys asking me to design a jig rod now, and I said, well, there's a lot of jig rods out there. There's a lot of custom jig rods out there. It'd be kind of a hard competition thing to do.
Right.
I also want to thank my buddy, classmate Dan Mingus. He does all my printing and logos and business cards and all that kind of stuff. He does a great job on it. There's one of them.
Nice.
James Hallsworth of Exon, like we already mentioned about him.
Yeah.
Michael Schultz with the Kill Zone. He's a big supporter of Coots Lures, always has been.
Yeah, talking about the Kill Zone, if anybody wants to check out thekillzone.com, it's an actual 3-way rig knotless system. I use it all the time when I pull flies and I pull slow death up in Oshkosh or anywhere. It actually works trolling with crankbaits too.
Oh,
And
okay.
hopefully, depending on the bite, I might be using that on that head-to-head fishing too up there. It's only like $5 or $6 for 5 in a pack. You get a hold of Mike Schultz, he'll mail them right to your house and all that. So,
Paul, I still got the original pack. I got a pack from him. I think I got 3 left. They last forever. The nice
yep,
part about them is you put lighter line on what you're going off of your kill zone, and that's what breaks off. You keep your kill zone, your kill zone unit stays, and you use lighter line on what you branch off of there. So
right. The leader, yes, you put your main line, which the kill zone stays on. I always go 15 to 20 pound braid, works great. And I use all pencil weights because they seem to not get snagged up. But for my leaders, I'm running from 10 to 12 pound uh, fluorocarbon, and I always 4 to 5 foot lead. So when I do flies, the longest fly will be out 6 feet, and the next one will be 4 feet when I'm pulling flies, and that's usually 10 to 12 pound fluorocarbon also.
okay.
But yeah, check out the Kill Zone by Mike Schultz. He's out of Marinette, Wisconsin.
Yeah, Mike's a good guy. Sean Forney's got in there. Dan, check your messages. I'll have to look at messages because I looked on there. And the one that he had a question, Aaron, and you answered his question, Aaron, was back here. Is he wanted to know what's the poundage it will hold? Will it release a netting a muskie solo? Yes, they'll release, especially a muskie. As soon as you net that thing, it'll break away from the magnet.
Yes, I should have mentioned it. The magnet is a 4-pound pull system. So anytime a fish does get there and starts thrashing, it will trip it. I've already done tests where you spear the net into the water and miss the fish. That magnet still holds it till you get the fish in the net.
If you want to see it in action, if you check out all of our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, we have tons of videos on the magnet releasing with fish.
So my goal this year
So
with
I'm going to
Eric,
start posting some of that up here. I thought I had your, oh boy, you're going to have to fire me because I thought I had your Facebook page and that's your main one. I got your YouTube on there and you're going to have to fire me here because I did. And I know that's the one you had said, but they're all Coots Lures, right? They're all
Right.
Coots Lures.
Everything. It's universal. Coots Lures. If you want to pay us, Venmo, PayPal, everything's universal with Coots Lures.
Yeah, here I thought I'd done so well here, and then the one that I don't have is the Facebook one on here. So it's like, oh man. So what else do we got, guys? Let's talk about. Should we talk a little bit about what's going on and make and talk about this thing is not going to go away, and what we got to do is life is going to change. I don't care what anybody says. Life is going to change. We have to change. We can't just, they got to open things up. Where I'm at with this is this. We know it's here. We know it's not going away. So now let's make some changes and let's get on with what we're doing. I don't know what you guys' thoughts are, but we got to, let's be a little smarter and let's get our lives back and move on. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah. Well, what we've been doing is pretty much only 3 in my boat right now. And I got a 21-foot boat, so we try to stay as far away as possible. Same thing when we go to the boat launches, we're not congregating around the boat launches with other people. You know,
Right.
everybody is staying away when they
Right.
do talk, which is great. You know.
You could talk to somebody 6 feet away and then wash your hands. When you get home, wash your hands. You get somewhere, wash your hands. Yeah, yeah. I agree. This is not going away, and I'd like to talk about solutions. I keep asking this when I do this at night. What? Okay, so let's talk about solutions. We got to come up with solutions here, everybody. We got to talk about it. So and if I don't know what they're going to do in the fall when we start getting football and all the other stuff again. It's school stuff. I don't know how this is going to change. So I think we need to be talking about it.
Well, we can talk all you want. It's going to be more or less up to our medical field people who are the brains that can work on this stuff, the microbiology stuff. If we have to do a shot, you take flu shots and all that kind of stuff to prevent the flu, they'll probably have the same thing for this. But it seems like every couple of years there's going to be a different virus out there. So, it seems like we're behind the eight ball all the time.
Right.
Oh,
Right. What do we got
I,
here? We got can't wait to start running the killer wasp over the Westmore rock piles. Killer bait, Coot. So that's from Brad Hyman. And then what else did we got on here? We got nice job, guys, from
Mark Witt,
there.
yeah, Mark Wickman, he's a good friend of mine. He's a retired firefighter from Oshkosh. Him and I fish a lot. I give him a lot of kudos for teaching me how to fish and all that kind of stuff. And someday I hope to teach him something.
Nice, nice. So
just
with
just
that,
one
what else?
more fishing.
Yeah, he's just one more fishing as a captain guide on Lake Michigan and also Lake Winnebago. And that's one of my goals this summer is how hopefully Aaron and I can do a lot more videos. So it would be like Coots tips and tricks.
Yeah.
So we'll have that on YouTube and other links that I have. So
Yep.
that's, like I said, that's a goal. I want to hopefully teach people different ways they can fish.
I think
It's all information. It's information. It's just get the information out there.
I think that's the main point, Dan. That's why I like doing the social media side, especially with the times right now. I mean, all the different tips and tricks he's accumulated over the years from all of his buddies, you can put that on the internet now and help other anglers out there.
Yep.
When I start showing this stuff, some people are going to scratch their head like, "What the hell is he thinking?" But guess what? It catches fish.
It works.
That's the main thing because I can tell you where to go, how to do it, and all that. And you still have to go out and do it.
Yeah. They don't call it catching, they call it fishing.
I got a question for you, Dan.
Yes.
This was a question that came up in the boat last week, and you got to probably help me with this. Luck or skill? If you had to pick one in fishing, what's more important
Skill.
and why?
Skill. I got a guy, huh?
And why?
I've got a guy, my friend Kyle Allen. He's a phenomenal fisherman, and he's as skillful as can be. And he'll catch your limit, he'll catch my limit, he'll catch his limit, he'll catch the guy next to his limit, and he's got a touch. The guy has got a touch, and he knows just how to present those lures. He's a very skillful fisher. So I'll say skill over luck any day.
Okay, so now last weekend, Friday, when we're up there in Green Bay at the pier, doing that, I wasn't doing it, but watching Scott Allen and the other guy head to head. Scott Allen caught 2 fish. The other guy had 1 fish. We had 5 fish. So is it luck but I was doing something totally different. I was pulling flies up there and they were trolling with crankbaits, and Scott Allen, he actually threw a blade bait just to see what happened because he saw it on the side scan that he saw a fish order and he popped that 3.5 pounder, which actually won it for him. So there is, I would think, both skill and luck involved because you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it.
Right. And I've seen with other guys that are really good, they'll change. They'll constantly changing until they start catching. And another one with you with the planer boards. I've watched really good planer board guys go out there with jerk baits, blade baits, trolling, night crawling. They have about 6 different ways or 6 different colors that they're fishing. And as soon as they start catching fish, they start changing the rest of their boards over to what was working.
Yeah, it's amazing what color can attract fish, and everybody, I have 24 colors in the wasp, and I got people asking me to do a color here, color there. They drive me nuts. It's hard to pinpoint exact color. Well, what's your favorite one? I says, well, it's the flavor of the day till a fish tells you what they want, because I start right now, I can actually run 12 lines on my boat. I got it set up that way, and every is a different color for every rod, because I can zero in on what they're doing then for my colors.
Wow, nice, nice. But that's the big one is I've watched guys and they change and change and change and change and change until they start catching, and then they'll stay with either that color or something close to that, and then they'll run with it.
Yeah, that's true. Right. And, I love running cranks. I love running harnesses. The Spoon DeVille by Tommy Harris, I actually gave him that design back in 2010. It's a flutter spoon with slow death on it. And I learned how to pull slow death out in South Dakota with Chase Parsons. And when I came back, I started tinkering with the spoon on behind there. And boy, last summer and the summer before up in the Bay, Green Bay was just awesome catching those big fish on that. And what's nice about the spoon to bill is you can actually throw up to about 1.5, 1.6.
Oh,
You
you
can't
can?
really, yeah, you can't do that with a harness, because the spinner blade will actually spin out on you.
Yeah. You
So,
know, not to change the subject, but when Uncle Josh was making those crawlers out of pork, when they had those pork crawlers, they worked great behind harnesses that you were
mhm,
trolling with because they didn't tear up. You know,
right. So that's going to be really interesting for me for this head-to-head fishing. There is no live bait at all. You have to use all artificial. So I got artificial leeches, I got artificial crawlers, just in case if I can't do it on the wasp and all that kind of stuff. I got a little backup plan, but I'll be out there a week ahead of time trying to figure this thing out.
yeah, I used to do real well on those. Uncle Josh. Uncle Josh made those crawlers out of that pork. You know, they had those pork strips that looked like night crawlers. We used to do really well with those. You know, just trolling real slow behind a
Yep,
harness. Yeah,
yep, yep. This is true.
they don't make them anymore. Well, let's see what else. We got a bunch of questions. Michael Schultz is on there. Michael says, Killzone fishing system. Thanks, guys. And hell, we'll give a shout out to Mike every night. He's such a good guy. He's
Yes,
such
he
a good
is.
guy. What else have we got here? What else did I miss, Aaron? What have I missed on here?
I think the emphasis is really on spreading the word on head to head. I think this is going to be a big, big thing, especially for this community of all the anglers and everything that's going on right now. It gives, the youth a lot of education, especially when they're at home right now. I know they're supposed to be doing schoolwork, but the head to head is a really neat opportunity for them to learn from the pros and other guys that are doing unique things, you know.
Well, what I like about it is I'm busy during the day, so I can have it on and listen to it. And you can listen to what they're talking about, what's going on, and then when something is like, ooh, watch that for a few seconds. Watch, oh, okay, oh, I see what he's doing, da, 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 da. And then go back to listening to them changing around to all the different guys fishing.
Yeah, when we were in De Pere the last 2 weeks, we had head to head on the speaker, and we were watching the whole time while we were jigging or pulling flies. So it just presents a unique angle of fishing, and it's real, it's live. You can see what's
Yep.
going on, and you can see how some guys doing really well, and another guy's not doing well at all.
Yeah. Well, it's really cool because it's a great educational tool.
Yep.
I hope when I'm on my first day, I'm catching fish, because then I can actually talk about how I'm doing, where I'm doing, and all that kind of stuff. Because, like I say, I'm very proud of all my products that I have, and I want people to buy the products and make sure they're catching fish and how to catch them right and all that good stuff. So, and it's a great format. It really is.
Oh, it's fantastic. When will you be on there, Paul? When will you be on?
June 1st. That's a
Okay.
Monday.
Okay, so you'll be on June 1st, and where's that at? Where's
Menominee Park in Oshkosh, and my boundaries is pretty much Lake Winnebago. I can only go up to the train bridge. So, like I said, a lot depends on these fish. A lot of them are coming down in the lake already. So, um, I hope I don't have to. If I do go in the river, I'll be either pulling flies with slow death, or else I'll be pulling my wasp somewhere out in the mud, I hope.
Okay, okay. With that, did we cover everything, guys? Did we I think we had a good night here. I think we did well.
Yep. Yeah. So like I said, I got a room in Oshkosh if you need to come up and stay overnight. So we go fishing.
Well, I got the guys at the Boss Firearms now, so I'm going to be up there. We're going to be selling guns on TV. So with that, let me do this. I'll probably go out of you guys here. I'm going to have to do my sales pitch with what I got going on, and then I'll do that. And you know what, guys? Thank you, guys. Stay on here because what I'll do is I'll leave you guys on here. We'll talk a little bit when I get done. But let me do my little. I got to do my little sales pitch here, and then.
Yep.
What I'll do is I'll do my sales pitch and then I'll be back to you guys. But if you want to say goodnight or say goodbye to everybody.
All right. Good night, Dan.
The only thing I got to end with is don't forget to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. Check out icefish.com, vexen.com, and cootslures.com.
I'm trying to hit them all up here. I took you guys off the screen, but now I'm trying to hit them all up here. You got because we went through most of the stuff, so you guys got all the good. But like you said, you're on Coots Lures. If you go to something, put in Coots Lures, and they'll find you.
All I can say is, Coots Lures, let's go fishing.
Well, let's do that. Do that again. Show that again. Show that again, Paul.
Let's go fishing.
There you go. Nice. 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 And then I'll do my little sales thing here, which is this. If you want to sell what you make, if you're a manufacturer or you're a service provider and you want to sell or you want a TV channel to sell, we want to sell everything outdoors on our TV network. We have a TV network that you go to the outdoortradeshownetwork.com. We'll get you a channel. I want you guys selling everything you make on TV. The big thing is we want to sell firearms on TV, but we want to sell everything else on TV and get you a TV channel. We need subscribers, but we need everybody becoming part of our network here. Give discounts on the products. We're running this like Costco, where it's Costco on TV, guys, for the outdoors. So you give discounts on your products. You're a subscriber. You get the discounts from the manufacturers or service providers, and you get your money back. You buy a firearm. You make a couple of purchases, you'll get your subscription back. So with that, I think I'm going to end my night, and let's see, guys. I guess we're going to call it a night. Tomorrow night, I'm not sure what I'm doing, but we'll be here again tomorrow night with Outdoor News.